proud that you love the Kenyan women. And I want to make a special request that the Heroes Corner in Nairobi, a corner should be provided for the Kenyan women so that they can also have their history recorded, so that we do not lose. We have women who fought in Mau Mau. We have women who have served in various ways. We have now governors. We would like a corner, Mr. President, to be provided for the Kenyan women. Again, Mr. President, that Mama Asiyo is a champion for peace. I wish you met her recently, because she talked to me in March. And she was very, very passionate and touched about what is happening in Kenya at the moment. And today, as we gather, not just to mourn her, but to honor the life of a great matriarch, a trailblazer, and a woman who epitomized dignity in public service. The late Asiyo was that. Mama Asiyo stood tall at the time when the few women dared to speak, let alone lead. She was grace in motion, conviction in voice, and dignity in conduct. And I wish the young generation will emulate. And I'm actually, Mr. President, asking that we change the leadership to suit what her wishes were by granting good leadership in this country. Let us reject leadership that strives on shows, on opulence and privilege, and instead embrace service without spectacle. Let us model a leadership of conviction and action, where promises are few, but delivery is strong. Let us bring back elegance, dignity, the kind Mama Asiyo wore like a crown, even in the face of great adversity. Because, Your Excellency, our young generation
request you kindly wind up. You're really doing badly
yes.
for time.
Okay, okay. Because, Your Excellency, our young people, General TNCs are watching us. They are hungry for the order, grace, and integrity that Mama Asiyo led with. Let us not fail them. Let Mama Asiyo's legacy be chapter closed, but the torch passed. And rest in power, Mama Asiyo, a woman leader of substance. So let us remember the good qualities of Mama Asiyo, because she embraced us. As I said, I am not only a friend, I'm also a family member and a relative. And therefore, Caesar, I want to say, Mama is not gone. Mama is around. Her spirits are hovering. Look after Mama's legacy and look after Mama's girls, because there was no minute that we never talked about
I'll request we summarize, Madam Zipporah, kindly, so that we may progress with the program. I'll kindly request that we wind up, kindly. Haya basi, naomba tutulie tafadhali ili tuweze kuendelea na ratiba yetu. Naomba tafadhali tutulie, Mama.
As I finished, I was saying the family should nurture and protect Mama Asiyo's legacy. And the women of Kenya, please continue to remember the good things that Mama Asiyo has done. For example, in Homa Bay, we've seen the women leadership in place. So may her soul rest in eternal peace. Amen. Thank you.
Asante sana. Tuwapigie makofi tafadhali. Maendeleo ya wanawake, chair na patron on behalf of very many women. Your Excellency, sir, we now want to hear from the family. And from the family, allow me now to invite Caesar Asiyo, who will come and speak briefly on the legacy of Honorable Dr. Phoebe Asiyo. Karibu sana.
Jothuru amoso unokwe, okwe kendo, erokamano. Your Excellency, President William Ruto, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga, all protocols observed. I stand here on behalf of my family with a lot of thanksgiving. I would like to first ask my eldest brother, Mr. Aseto Asiyo, to come stand with me as I introduce certain members of the family. Thank you, Aseto. Very good. Your Excellency, first I would like to recognize certain groups in the family. The first group that I would like to recognize, and I'm going to ask you to stand up, are my siblings and their spouses. Your Excellency, our firstborn is Lillian Atieno Asiyo. Our secondborn is standing next to me, Mr. Aseto Asiyo. Our thirdborn, sir, is Dr. Mary Asiyo. The fourthborn is Juni Awiti Asiyo. Thank you. You may be seated. Your Excellency, the spouses, Dr. Vogel, standing right there. Doreen Otieno. Thank you. Jamala Aseto. Thank you very much. Nancy Akinyi, thank you. Your Excellency, I'd now like to request the grandchildren to stand up. Grandchildren, please stand up. Thank you very much. You may take a seat. I'd like to request the great-grandchildren to stand up. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the next group are my mother's relatives from Agoro. Jo Agoro unkanye? Agoro. Agoro ereu. Agoro chunguru malu fuana. Ero kamano, ero kamano, ero kamano. Ero kamano. Your Excellency, the next group I'd like to recognize is my mother's relatives from Kanyipir. Kanyipir untie. Kanyipir. Kanyipir, please stand. Kanyipir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Kanyipir. Thank you. Your Excellency, I would now like to recognize my relatives from the Rift Valley. My relatives from the Rift Valley, please stand and wave. Thank you that you're serious. Thank you very much. Finally, I would like to recognize my in-laws from Ugenya. My in-laws from Ugenya, where are you? Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellency, I'm also very proud to tell you that I have a delegation from Victory Farms who have come to condole with me. Victory Farms, please stand and wave wherever you are. Victory Farms, thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, that delegation from Victory Farms is led by Mr. Kitili Mbathi. Thank you, Mr. Kitili Mbathi. Kitili Mbathi is an investor at Victory Farms. Thank you, sir. Good people, I am now going to request, Major Eliud Opande to come and share a condolence message with us. Thank you. Eliud. Dan Opande. Those. Not Daniel. Not Daniel. Yeah. My apologies for the slight delay. Yeah. Your Excellency, allow me to... Thank you, sir. Major Eliud Opande, representing General Daniel Opande. Thank you.
Your Excellency, sir, the President of the Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, ex-Prime Minister, Mr. Raila Odinga, all protocols observed. I'm sorry, the title I've been given is not correct. Of course, I served in the Jeshi. I'm brother to General Opande, and I'm representing him. So I want to make that correction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I am now going to ask for a quick condolence message from Mr. Kipto Chesiri. Kipto? Thank you, Kipto.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dr. William Ruto, Governor, distinguished guests, mourners, the Asiyo family. It's a great honor to have you here today, sir. And I just want to tell you that actually, when the Asiyo family lost the son, my nephew, Warren, in 2015, Mama Rachel was actually here. So we thank you, Your Excellency, because this is the second time that you have come to mourn with the Asiyo family and with us. Your Excellency and the family, my name is Kipto Chesire. I am the oldest brother of Connie, who is also the mother of Ricky Genga Asiyo, and also of Tawo Tyler Asiyo, and the late Warren Asiyo. We are here, we are led by our wonderful Auntie Zippy, who we came to mourn with the family, our family and our friends. But we are also here with my siblings who have come from Zimbabwe. There are those who have come from London, And there are those who have come from around, like myself, Nakuru, and others from Nairobi. The reason that they have come from so far is because they had a personal relationship, each of us, with Mrs. Asiyo, with Dani. I would just like to say that she was an extraordinary person. She was a busy person, yes, but there's one thing that was a priority for her, and that was family. 1 month, just 1 month after our late father passed away, and Your Excellency, you came for the funeral, she invited us here for Christmas. All of us, we were so many of us, and it was during the dry season in December, and when there was no water. And the little children, the grandchildren were running about, and she looked and said, I want these grandchildren to have some fun. So she got a big tank, ordered for water to be brought from I don't know where, filled it with water, and the children jumped into the tank, and they had the time of their life. And Dani said, these are the flowers of my garden, because there were no flowers in December. I will always remember how, and Caesar, you don't know this, in our younger days, she reached out to me. She called me, and she said to me, Kipto, I want you to be close to Caesar. In those conversations, I had a glimpse of her heart. This was someone who understood that political legacy means little if we do not nurture the bonds of family. Her wisdom in bringing people together bore beautiful fruit. Caesar became such an important part of my life that he helped me plan my wedding, traveled with me to Uganda to meet my future wife, and even convinced my mother-in-law that I was good enough to marry her daughter. In Uganda, from where my wife comes from, they don't like people marrying outside. So what Caesar did when she came to visit Caesar and, at his home in Nairobi, he bought a plaque which said that God help me to change the things that I can, to accept the things that I cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the short of that is that Caesar is the one who actually convinced my mother-in-law to allow my wife, Annabelle, who is here today, to marry me. So I want to thank you very much, Caesar, again for that. When Kwaru, our grandfather, Caesar's father, Seti's father, was ill towards the end of his life and he needed blood, it was a very strange coincidence because it was actually now my wife from Uganda whose blood was a perfect match with Kwaru's blood. And so any time that he needed blood, she was the one who would give blood. But not only her, my brother William, who is here, and his wife Mumbi, were the three donors that from our side of the family whose blood was a perfect match with Kwaru. And I think it's emblematic of the close bonds that existed between the two families. Those who knew Dani will remember that she was a very dignified person. Her calm presence in turbulent times and the elegance with which she carried herself. She possessed the rare combination of strength and grace. She was tough enough to navigate the corridors of power, yet gentle enough to be the beloved grandmother who held families together. Though our family relationships have had their complexities, some connections transcend all circumstances. The bond between Dani, for example, and my father, my late father, led them to broker, and Right Honorable Raila, you're here today to confirm this, what I think was probably the first broad-based government which exists until today. This model of government endures until today. Dani and our late father built on a shared vision and mutual respect that remained strong throughout their lives. It was indeed an interesting coincidence that even our late grandmother sponsored to college the AIC church over here, the gentleman who was to become the pastor. And it was only later, when Caesar and Connie got married, that they came and found the pastor that they had taken through college was the pastor of the church here. During the CKRC caucus to collect views on the new constitution, when Dani was the commissioner of the CKRC, she stayed with our grandmother in Kabarnet. She also invited Mama Connie here to Wikondiek severally. Dani showed us that a life well lived is measured by the bridges we build and the love we leave behind. I want to appreciate all the entire Asiyo family, a beautiful family. I know you individually, and you are wonderful people. I want to appreciate you and to mourn with you. And I want to pass the charge that Mama Asiyo gave to me today to my nephews, Ricky and Tao, to ask you that I'm passing the baton that Mama Asiyo asked me to be close to Caesar. I want to ask you to be close to your father and to walk the path that you know that Danny would have wanted you to walk. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Kipto. Your Excellency, allow me now to invite my brother, Mr. Seto Asiyo, who is the head of our home. Thank you.
Your Excellency, our President Samoei Ruto, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo, thank you. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you so much for being here. Jokanya Luo, unkanye. Jokanya Luo, unkanye. Wako Nyaragoro Malongo. Joey! 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 Ero rukamano. Ero rukamano. Ero rukamano. Your Excellency, it is a real pleasure just getting to meet you. You've done a wonderful job. Despite all that you're going through, stand like the brave with your face to the fore. And you've been doing that through your life. And Raila, I've always voted for Raila. I've always admired Raila. And I'd just like to say, thank you for being the man who you've always been. Always having the vision, clear vision of where we are to go. And I know with the two of you working together, you will carry us to where we want to go over to Canaan. I just want to thank you so much for being there for Mama all along, but most importantly, for providing a vision for our youth. Mama passed away, and one thing she talked about, she was very happy. Amor, I'm happy. It is beautiful, it is wonderful. But she brought tears, she cried and said, why are we not taking care of widows and orphans? I know you're taking care of widows and orphans. Omolo, P.S., please just stand. Your docket, I know, is taking care of widows and orphans. Mama's last words, take care of widows and orphans. And my President Samoei Ruto, that is true religion. James 1:27 says, widows and orphans, pure religion. Regardless of Catholic, Christian, whatever, pure religion, take care of widows and orphans. And I know you will do this for us. Agono Kamana Enya for sending Mama home in peace. Thank you so much.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Asiyo family, please accept our sincere appreciation for all of the support and condolences that have come our way. God bless.
Thank you very much, family, and may Mama rest in peace. Your Excellency, sir, at this point we'll progress with the speeches, and at this point, allow me to invite the Member of Parliament for Karachuonyo, Honorable Andrew Adipo Okwome, to come and make some brief remarks, also recognize the other members of Parliament that may be present today. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali akija. Mheshimiwa mjumbe wa eneo hili, Honorable Andrew Adipo Okwome. Karibu sana.
Thank you. God is good. God is good. I always say God is good because He was kind enough to give us Mama Phoebe Asiyo, who contributed immensely towards our needs. Your Excellency, our President of the Republic of Kenya, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, our leader, and the one who directs our politics here in this region, plus beyond. The family of the late Mama, our Prime Cabinet Secretary, the PSS, and let me say the PSS really are the principal secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm constrained by time, so I've squeezed whatever I have to say. Let me just emphasize that Mama Phoebe gave us all. She gave us her best. We appreciate. And I salute the family because they gave her time to do for us what she did. I'll tell you that in social work, she did so many things for us, I cannot count them. But let me go to the most important thing, which I do not want the time to cut me off before I say it. On the education side, Mama Phoebe did so much for us. She started Wikondiek Secondary School using donors from outside this nation. And the stage that school has reached is enormous. It is good. We admire that. The school is asking and are really praying, Mr. President, that you can listen to our request, our prayer, that you help us with 6 classrooms. I know on the side of NGCDF, I've done a lot in schools, but we cannot do all. What we get is a peanut in relation to the needs. That's why this request is extending to you, Mr. President, sir. But perhaps even the most important request we have as a community and as a school, together with the Kanyaluo community and Karachuanyo, is a bus. We wanted a bus for Wikondiek Secondary School. Mr. President, sir, I would be having my sleep comfortably if you can give us a bus for this school. When that is done, I think we will say you have done for us what Napoleon could not do in history. Mr. President, when people were coming here, they used a Diedo Nambakarabok road. You will recall this road that a number of times I requested you to do for us. The governor did, we all did, and the work is on. I thank you that the work is going on. But please let it be completed. On the same issue, Mr. President, the road that's now familiar to you is Kanyadiang to Kadel Road. It goes through the other side of Omail. This road was started way back before you came to the presidency. And up to now, it is not completed. But I was very glad when you ordered that it must be done. Mr. President, thank you very much. The work is going on. And kindly, don't let it stall. The other road I want to mention, Mr. President, sir, is the Kanyadiang. Some call it Obama Road, the President of U.S., because you remember his origin is coming from Kanyadiang here. That road starts from there, it comes to Omboga, and it ends at Wachara to connect us with Rangwe side of this county. Mr. President, many people felt the dust you get from Omboga to where we are. Mr. President, it is just a diversion. The road, the main road is going to Karabok, but just few kilometers only, just few kilometers. If it can be tarmacked to come where we are here and continue to just about 1 kilometer on my right, that will connect us with Rangwe. I pray that you do for that, you do that for us, Mr. President. I want also to tell you of another road which has already started, but it's going so slow that you would say nothing is happening. That is the road from no, I think that one probably I can leave out. Yeah, it is the road from Kadongo. It is a road from Kadongo going to Gandia. That one, Mr. President, please, get it completed for us. It is also a road which is not done fully. It is not complete. It will connect us with Kasipol. Mr. President, I think you will allow me now to complete what I wanted to say by telling you that we have a number of MPs here. I thought there were more than this, so the number is very small. I can quickly read them out. And, yeah, you can stand, my colleagues, the MPs. We have Dr. James Nyekal. We have Honorable Adumo Ward. We have Dr. Lilian Gogo. We have Dr. Ivo Bara. We have Martin Owino, Good Chief. That is Rangwe. Sorry, that is Dewa. We have Dr. Christine Ombaka of CIA Women Rep. We have myself. We have Rosa Buyu. We have former MP Agostino Neto. We have Dr. Otienda Molo. We have Peter Opondo Kaloma. And we have Fatuma Network. These are the MPs who are here. And I think with that one, I think I've beaten the time you gave me. I've taken a very short time. So with that one, I am there. So, Karachuonyo people, I thank you for having come for this funeral in your large numbers. I also thank any other person who has come. I thank you heartily. But our Prime Minister, thanks a lot for what you have done for us. Many, many thanks. You have done a lot. I know them, and we all know them. Also, our President, you have also done a lot for us. And let me not forget the one working under you, Dr. Raymond Omolo. He has also done so many for us. I have not mentioned all of them. I just picked a few top ones. Thank you.
Haya basi tumshukuru mjumbe tafadhali. Member of Parliament for Karachuonyo, thank you very much, sir. With your permission, Your Excellency, now will progress and allow me to invite Governor to come and make her tribute and also recognize other leaders present. Honorable Gladys Wanga. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali akija.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga, the family of Mama Asiyo, the church, all protocols observed, Jo Thurwa, Jo Homa Bay, Jo Karachuonyo, Jo Kanyalua, moso uni nyasaye ber. Nitie ngima kwangi msalaba, Yesu wacho ng'iya uru, mwandu mag piny en gima kadho, mwandu mosiko ni kuom Ruoth Yesu kwang'iyo. Nitie ngima ka wang'iyo msalaba, wanayud warok chutho kwang'iyo your Calvary, your Calvary. Your Excellency, I would like to use this time to invite a few leaders to speak before I make a few remarks and then bring this program to the next level. Honorable Adipo, we had agreed you were going to invite the minority whip in the National Assembly. So I think I'm going to do that on your behalf. So Honorable Millie, please come and say a few words before we proceed. as present, to the president of the SDA Church, Pastor Misiani, and all other church leaders, the cabinet secretaries, members of parliament, and other dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, I give God the glory for bringing us here today. Jothurwa, agone nyasaye erokamano momiyo kelowa kaka wuono, tang'uona mondo awach gigi gi Kingeresa mondo jopiny te owinj, uyiego koso kwaye. I want to bring my condolences as on my own behalf as a mentee of Phoebe Asiyo, but also on behalf of people of Suba North. And I also wish to bring the condolences, of course, of the members of parliament and for the women and children's movement of Kenya. Your Excellency, there are many leaders who have walked with this journey with us who are supposed to be here today, but they are not able to come. Member of Parliament. And you elected after her, and it took 16 years. It took 16 years between Phoebe and myself to come in as elected. That tells you how difficult a feat she managed. Your Excellency, I just want to say that Honorable Phoebe is also a founding mother of the Constitution of this country, which is a very important feat. Your Excellency, because I don't have the time, I wish to say that at a personal level, I was impacted by Phoebe Asiyo. When I was about 11 or 12 years, my mother was working at the county council here. And when Phoebe was going for her elections, I went to the hall because she was doing something we had never seen, which was a woman vying for an elected position. I sat until morning. And at 11 years, having watched Phoebe Asiyo, I said, I am going to be a member of parliament. The reason why I went back is because I'm a member of the SDA church, and I thought that politics and church didn't go together. But later I discovered through her journey that it does go together. And so, Your Excellency, even though sometimes I look like I'm a little crazy, in this region, they know I am Adwen Suragiwes. Adwen Suragiwes Kosokan. Finally, I had a lot to say, but let me take this opportunity, Your Excellency, let me take this opportunity to thank you, working together with Honorable Raila Odinga. You have done something. You have done something that people may not realize now, that people may not appreciate now. But when the country is in a difficult situation, people must make difficult choices. And I've seen what wanatulaumu, people are complaining, and because samaja chiengo kwala, tapako ko odongo swag, so wano madarau to wangiyogo, toge chanme chanogo buangiyogo. So Your Excellency, even though people may complain, you and Baba have done an excellent thing, which is to bring peace in this country. People will only appreciate it ahead. But leadership is sometimes entails taking hard decisions and making difficult choices. It is not easy because we competed against you and we believed we won against you. But to take the country forward, we must come together and push the country forward. And Your Excellency, this morning, I was particularly impressed to see that you have put in place a framework for compensating victims of post-election violence and similar things. And because for those of us who come from the human rights background, it is one of the issues we've been challenged about. And I want to say thank you for taking that initiative so that we appreciate the families together with the Baba for taking that. And I also want to say,
in honor of Phoebe Asiyo. You can see people are saying she's a woman of many fasts. Whether it's prisons, Maendeleo, Child Welfare Society, where she even employed my own mother, which makes me very fond of her. She is the first woman who brought affirmative action. Your Excellency, in her honor, in your time, the women of Kenya are requesting the 2/3 to be realized. Thank you, and may Mama's soul rest in eternal peace. Jothurwa erouru kamano, Nyasaye oket Phoebe kamalere polo malo.
Erokamano Amilo Gesa Gesa. Allow me to invite the representative of the Council of Elders, because Mama Phoebe was coronated as a Luo elder. Jaduong Vitalis. Biabiera ajiki kodiam. Ajiki ringaringa matek tigiyo ka Jaduong Vitalis woyo idaki kariyo. Your Excellency, in another 3 minutes or so, our elder will say a few words, bringing the regards of our Ker Odungiranda.
Ajiki kodiamo moluora hinya President Marwa Rais William Ruto, the Prime Minister Marwa Jakom Raila Odinga, oganda duto temo chopo kao di chieng' makawuono iluonga ni Vitalis Awandu Ndewe. Ana jalego kogelo kendo abete kom mar ker Jaduong Odungiranda ma ok ochopo kaka wuono, nyocha wan kode ka Jumapil tarik 3 to kawuono Jaduong an gi del mojony matin, koro miya thuolo mondo abed ka mondo abed kare. Wan ka nikech Mama Phoebe mosetimo a lot ene Kenya, ok noganda Luo. Mama Phoebe ne en member mar Luo Council of Elders, kendo Mama Phoebe osetiye konde te mag dongruok, mag puonjruok, mag maendeleo. Omiyo kwako mama kawuono en odiechieng' wachiwo luor makende, kendo wakwayo Nyasaye mondo ket chuny mama kama ber. Ajiki kodhiamo en kaka jalupna e office mwantie mar organizing secretary. Ajiki ung'eyo ni kode a special issue mapile kochung' mbele ji kama to ung'e gimotimo. Okamano kumano kodhiamo adwa ni mos ji an kod Otianga Wodrongo ma ogaye mar jomatindo. Urwako Tianga. Wan kod executive members mag office mar Luo Council of Elders ma wuotho go. Adwaro ni jodongo go kama gintie mondo gichung' malo mondo negi. An gi jakom Siaya Richard Okoth, jakom Homa Bay Apollo Bwana, jakom Mamigori Ben John Omolo. Mago jodongo mowuotho go kendo gi represent Wai counties mawa. Wan bende gi jagoro ma Luo Council of Elders moa Nairobi miluongo ni Peter Ahago. Erokamano Ajiki daher mondo ikaw thuolo ni matin.
Your Excellency the President, Your Excellency Prime Minister, protocol observed. Steve.
Joey!
Kidhi Ulaya na mloka iduogo konyo nyithindo mine koda chuogi iloko ute ang'eche Kenya mane chalo kunde dho mobet kar dak mar kumo joketho. Ogaye mamaro asio nyara goro chieng' opodho ewi nam lolwe awinjo koka gombo wonyale gochogo Jowi gemna tong' kachiko gero ne unyuolo nyako mugolo chuo nyaka mondi gibe mangane kanye chungi gose rathuono nindo ruoth madhako. Arise, Kenya, and salute the fallen heroine, the brave and powerful lioness of the house of Ramokajwang, the champion of affirmative action and just rule of men. You arose to fight before the dawn of independence and taught the nation lessons in civic virtue. And now the sun has set and you must rest. Okay, Mama Onyaragoro, Chepodo, Inam Lolwe, Vinyoko, Kabombo Wonyale, Gochogo Jo, Igem Natong, Nakachiko Gero, Naunyolo Nyako, Mugolo Chuo, Nyakamondi Kibe, Wangane Kanye, Chungigo, Se, Ratuano Nindo, Ruth Magako, Eregi Moke Chemo, Minaseto Gisiza, Idonjo Hiwe Odubura, Sipoginga Jaramogi, Domo Chacho Bidongere, Mitiduoko Wang Chuotielo. Yubura woro ni manyar kanye, ni mano nyar gakumu jakogero, keo kanye per, ni dialo mine maturwa. Ugaye mama rosi onyara goro, chengo podo winam lolwe, vinjoko kabombo wonyale, gochogo jo igem natong, nakachiko gero ne unyolo yako, mugolo chuo, yakamondi kibe, mangane kanye.
Wind.
Asanteni sana to our Council of Elders. Let me now take this opportunity to invite our Senator Moses Otieno Kajwang, aje atuongeleshe kidogo.
Your Excellency the President, Your Excellency the Prime Minister, the leadership of the Adventist Church and various churches, and the family of Mama. We have been with you through this journey, and we have already made our eulogies. We spoke at length on Wednesday at the Nairobi Central SDA Church, and so we shall not repeat what has already been said. Your Excellency, we welcome you to Kanyaluo. Kanyaluo, translated, means the home of the daughter of Luo. This is the main entry point into Karachuonyo. It is the main entry point in Luo land. Jo Kanyaluo untie. Jo Karachuonyo untie. Jo Konyango Rabala untie. Jo Mabei untie. One thing about the Karachuonyo people is that their subclans are named after women. So this subclan is called Kanyaluo, named after Owaganyaluo, who is considered to have been the eldest wife of Rachuonyo. Your Excellency, a few things about Karachuonyo, this land of great men and women. This was the place where the Adventist Church grew its roots. This was the first place where cotton was introduced. This was one of the places that elected a first woman member of parliament. And Your Excellency, and I know Right Honorable Raila Odinga might correct me, I suspect that the Rachuonyo could be the biggest subclan within the Luo nation in Kenya. I know your Nyakach will argue. I know your Kano will argue. I know your Lego will argue. But the fact is that there are 3 constituencies in Homa Bay where the residents don't intermarry. Karachuonyo constituency, Kabondo Kasipul, and Kasipul. And some 40 years ago, it extended to Kanyamua, it extended to Kadem, it extended to Karungu and Kabuoch. Almost 5 constituencies form this group. So we have come to bury a leader of a great clan and a leader of a great nation. Your Excellency, Frantz Fanon said that every generation must discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. Mama Phoebe discovered the mission of a generation. It was to fight against colonialism, and she did it. It was to ensure our people got education, and she did it. It was to fight cultural stereotypes, and she did it. It was to open up the democratic space, and she was involved. It was to empower women and children, and she did it. Your Excellency, we are fortunate that God has put us in leadership at the same time. What then is a mission of our generation? The mission of our generation must be to expel negativity, be it negative ethnicity or negative patriotism. Your Excellency, we are very proud that we extinguished that theory of shareholding in government, and now we have a broad-based government where every Kenyan feels at home. We must also deal with negativity where senior leaders from this republic go to foreign lands and badmouth their country. Your Excellency, in my culture, you do not talk ill about your parent in the neighbor's house. If your father is naked, you do not proclaim his nakedness, you cover him. And so I want to rebuke and condemn those who go to foreign lands and think they can get cheap bonga points by talking ill about their country. Your Excellency, our mission must be to fix education. And there has been this debate whether all children can get free education. I believe it is possible. Let us have the courage to put together all the different funds that exist. Your Excellency, this was a dream of the founding fathers of our nation. It cannot be that 50, 60 years we are struggling with this. We have enough resources in this country to ensure that every child can get education. Our mission must be to ensure health for all. Your Excellency, I listened to you yesterday as you addressed the governors, and you gave very clear directions that no Kenyan should be paying fees in level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4 hospitals. We in the Senate, and I think no MP should ever stand in front of the public and talk about SHA in a negative manner, because we are the ones who passed the laws. Our job and our role as leaders is to ensure we push the executive to make SHA a success. That is the mission of our generation. Finally, the mission of our generation, Your Excellency, must also be to ensure that corruption does not collapse and kill our beloved country. Mama Phoebe is lying there. She's not going to heaven with a title deed. She's not going to heaven with her bank account. She's going to heaven with her soul. Let that be the lesson for all of us who are in leadership. Your Excellency, we have a number of senators who have joined us today. Senator Joyce Korir is a member of the Parliamentary Service Commission, and she represents the Commission. And Your Excellency and Madam Gladys Wanga, I know that the Commission had asked for a specific, just 1 minute to convey their condolences on behalf of the speakers of both houses. If you would indulge me, Senator Joyce Korir, please come over. We also have Senator Catherine Muma. Senator Catherine Muma is nominated. She's there, a very strong woman, and she has been with Mama Phoebe in the women's movement. Muokratego is there. It is just that he's related to the people of Karachuonyo. Otherwise, we would have found him a young damsel to go and take care of him back in Migori. We have Senator Beatrice Ogola. We have her apologies. Your Excellency, the first governor of Homa Bay, Governor Cyprian Awiti, also called me and asked me to convey his apologies and condolences. And Senator Dr. Oburu Odinga will speak on behalf of all the senators once Senator Joyce is done. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, Your Excellency, Mama Ida, Her Excellency, the Governor, Madam Wanga, all protocol observed. Wacha nichukue nafasi ya kipekee, Your Excellency, kutoa risala za rambirambi kwa niaba ya hii Mheshimiwa Speaker na Commission ambayo wangependa kuwa hapa, lakini haikuwezekana kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Speaker amekuwa na shughuli nyingine. Amenituma hapa kwa niaba yake, Your Excellency, na ningependa kusema pole sana kwa familia kwa kupoteza shujaa, mama kiongozi ambaye alianza ama alitangulia kabla sisi kama viongozi tufike mahali hapa siku ya leo. Your Excellency the President, waja nimpongeze the Prime Minister kwa njia ya kipekee kwa sababu ya kusimama kidete na kina mama. Your Excellency, unakumbuka ya kwamba mimi nilichaguliwa na ODM 2007 na hata wewe, Your Excellency,
Na ningependa kusema Your Excellency, Mheshimiwa Raila, najua mulikuwa marafiki sana. Hapo katikati tukaanza siasa, na sasa sahi tumeshikana pamoja. Na kwa sababu ya hiyo Your Excellency, tumepata viongozi shubavu ambao wamekuwa best setters wetu, kina Wanga na wamama wengine ambao wamepata nafasi ya kutuwakilisha kama magovernors na kama wabunge, kina Mili, kina Rosa na wabunge wengi ambao wako miongoni mwetu. Your Excellency, wacha niseme hivi. Tukiwaona mkikaa pamoja, tunajua kazi itaendelea nchi yetu. Kwa sababu Your Excellency, tunajua wewe ni mchapakazi. Wewe ni mtu ambaye umelelewa na wanasiasa wote Kenya hii. Lakini ingawa tuko na changamoto saa hii ya siasa, wacha nishukuru baba kwa sababu amekuja katika serikali ili atushikilie, ili manifesto ya serikali iweze kutimia. Na ningependa kusema hivi, wa Kenya, wacha tufanye kazi, wacha tupee nafasi serikali ifanye kazi, na tupee pia nafasi mama. Na tumpee pia nafasi mama Wanga aendelee kutufanya kazi. Mama Wanga ametuonyesha kazi yake ambayo anafanya, na tunampea pongezi sana, na tunakuombea, na tunasema tutamka Wanga, tutamka president, tuendelee kufanya kazi. Poleni na Mungu awabariki. Nitapeleka rambirambu zangu za speaker kwa familia. Asante na Mungu awabariki.
Erokamano. Allow me to call Senator Dr. Oburu. And as Senator Oburu comes, Your Excellency, it was wonderful news when we woke up today to see that you have put in place a task force to sort out the issue of compensation of the various injustices that have occurred in this country. Your Excellency, for that reason, I can tell you, sisi watu wa Homa Bay, kwa hii broad base, tuko ndani. Karibu Dr. Oburu.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, Dr. Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister, and all protocols observed. Today I have come here, Jokarachuon. Abiro kae riwago Phoebe Asiyo Nyaragoro. Abiro yuago Nyagoro gi chuny mapek. Abiro yuago Nyagoro gi chuny mapek nikech Nyagoro wasebet go. Anyalo wacho ni Nyagoro ni anachako ng'eye chakre higa mar 55 higa mar 55 nasomo kamiluongo no Gande. To jaduong' Joel Omer mababage ne ochako gima ni movement mar joluo mapek maniluongo ni Luo Union East Africa. The father of Phoebe Asiyo started what is called Luo Union East Africa. And it was a cultural organization meant to bring the Luos together for cultural reasons, social reasons, and also for business. And my father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, became the first chair of that organization. The first Jalup chair, Milungo no Gai, Neobedo Jaduong Joel Omer. Jaduong Joel Omer, won Phoebe Asiyo, Munyole. Koro kana biro ka loka wakucha, tabiro gi meli nyaka Kidu Bay ka. Kase biro tadhie odgi Gendia Mission. Jaduong Joel Omer nen pastor mar SDA. Koro nadhiga odgi, achako neno Phoebe ne duong'nwa, to naneno nyako majaber to naneno example koero somo. Koro abe kanye manafuato go somo. That is how I also started also to love education, because I saw Wakina Phoebe doing it. And when eventually I went to Russia in 1962, we went with her brother. Her brother, the little Uko, was with me in Russia. We studied there together. And in 1979, when I left being a councillor in Kisumu, Phoebe Asiyo braved it, and Jaramogi supported her. And Jaramogi specifically sent us here, together with my brother Raila, to come and campaign for Phoebe. We campaigned for Phoebe Asiyo in Karachuonyo surround, because Phoebe was fighting against a giant who was supported by the whole system of government. Can you imagine a woman, those days, a woman just daka, that is contesting against a giant supported by all the government machinery. Okikamayo. Okikamayo was not a joke. He was later on the chairman of KANU, the most powerful chairman I have ever seen. If Okiki wanted to expel you from the party, you are expelled as a member of parliament. In the morning, within 1 week, you have been replaced by somebody else. So Phoebe fought against Okiki. Okiki went to court. Okiti went to court to contest, and Phoebe was dismissed. We came here a second time now to campaign for Phoebe. We came, and Nyagoro was such a mobilizer. She was such a great mobilizer. She mobilized groups. And I tell you, Karachuonyo was vibrating with Phoebe. I remember when we won the election, when we went to Homa Bay to count where the kuras were being counted. I tell you, when we came from there, all of us just burst into a song, coming down here to Kanyaluo. We burst into a song, Beunge gimoti more kindu Karachuonyo, Beunge gimoti more kindu Karachuonyo. Phoebe Asiyo emonyago kiki koronya dereyo. Phoebe Asiyo emonyago kiki koronya dereyo. And Nyagoro was a narrator. She was a narrator of an equaled, there was unmatched orator. And when I joined Parliament in 1994, I found her fighting for women's rights in Parliament. And it was difficult, because the first bill she brought there, people were saying, these women's rights, they went to Beijing. This Beijing women, what will they achieve? They will achieve nothing. But Nyagoro persisted, and they fought, and now the women are where they are up there. They have not achieved the 30%, but I'm sure they will soon achieve that 30%. Now, Jaramogi Abiro kaka Wood Jaramogi Maduong, Wankai Rigi Jomo Adalawa, Kajaramogi Odinga, Mo Biro Kanyamera Maduong, Milungana Kinyu, Wanikacha, Ochungo Huaniji, Wanikacha Gichio Wadwa, Milungunitabo Sere, Minuchungo Huaniji. In conclusion, Your Excellency, what I want to say is that our people are normally very honest. Then if they don't love you, they tell you they don't love you. If they hate you, they also tell you they hate you. Sometimes back when you are campaigning here, you would not have gotten such a standing ovation like the one you are receiving. Because now Raila has told them that this is the way to go. The president is taking you to Canaan. Canaan is not... And we know there are people who are grumbling. There are some people who are grumbling, but they should be patient. Some of them are very young. Some of them are young people. They should be patient and learn under Raila. They should be patient and learn under us. We are ready to give them some direction, and we don't want to force them. If you want to live long in politics, please don't think that you are the greatest in the world. Always think you are also there under other people whom you found, and work hard. So Your Excellency, I know we are in this broad-based government to stay. We are in this broad government based until 2027, and we are sure we are going to build bridges and build bricks until we reach there, and it is all, I'm sure we are going to be successful in our mission. So thank you very much. Erokamano urujo dala amor la wachu ni weche mageni mag Phoebe to kanyal tieko. Erokamano urai.
Aya, asante sana Dr. Buru, that's our elder. I now want to invite Katibu, Secretary General of KOTU, Francis Atuoli. Aje atuzungumzie kwa ufupi sana.
Your Excellency, our President, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, shemegi yangu Raila Odinga, dadangu Aida iko hapa, Prime Cabinet Secretary Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, na wengine ambao wamefika hapa, waheshimiwa wengi kumlia mama. Mimi nitakuwa kwa ufupi sana, kwa ajili mambo mengi yamesemwa. Nimewasikia vijana wakiongea. Mimi nilipata nafasi moja kubwa sana wakati nilipochaguliwa kama kiongozi wa wafanyikazi katika nchi hii, kutoka kwa Mama Phoebe na Bishop Kosgei, watu wawili ambao waliniandikia nikishachaguliwa kwa their congratulatory message, wakisema please restore the lost glory of our workers. And indeed, namsindikiza mama nikimwashua, I have put the Central Organization of Trade Unions in Kenya on global map. And that was her wish. Nikimalizia, nimekuwa very close kwa hii family kwa ajili ya marehemu ndugu yangu Chesire. Kiptoo amekuwa hapa ameongea, na anajua vile tulivyokuwa pamoja. Mama Zipora alikuwa hapa, ingawa alinishangaza kidogo at the age of 82, ana smartphone, anasoma bila miwani. Nikashangaa, nikasema kumbe I will have to go up to 130 years. Nikimalizia, nataka kusema hivi, ndugu zangu viongozi. Kajwanga amesema, na kuna hapa viongozi wachanga vijana. Kuna Edi iko hapa na wengine, na Governor Gladys. Governor Gladys is my product. Nimemsupport kutoka mwisho mpaka pale yuko. Na nikabishana na mwingine nikamwambia Gladys ndiye atakuwa governor. Na kama itakuwa shilingi kwa shilingi, lazima governor wetu ni Gladys. And you have done us proud, governor. Brought people together, you have worked hard, and we support you. Mimi nataka kuambia wa Kenya, it's better to have a bad government than not to have one. Mjue hiyo maneno. Na ni vizuri muwe na serikali kuliko kutokuwa na serikali. Na ninamshukuru shemegi yangu Raila kwa kuleta amani, and you have been sacrificing for this country. Na hii ndio ulifanya ya maana sana. Kiongozi uchaguliwa na Mwenyezi Mungu, na uwezi kwenda kwa nchi nyingine kubetray nchi yako. Any betrayer has never lived to see what he expected to see. Betrayers kila siku huenda na wakaenda kabisa bila kujulikana. Kenya is big than all of us. Na shida ikitokea, na mimi husema rais, ni watoto wa mama na wafanyikazi ndio wanapata tabu. Kwenda kule Sudan, kwenda Goma kule Congo DRC, kwenda pahali popote kuna shida. Kama una television yako, angalia what is happening in Gaza. Namshukuru Mungu tuwe na serikali, na namshukuru sana. Vijana, viongozi vijana, mimi nataka kuhakikishia. Juzi Raila Odinga alikuwa Young Turk, Orengo alikuwa Young Turk, Lawrence Sifuna ambaye ni mjomba wa Sifuna Edwin alikuwa Young Turk katika bunge. Na sasa ni nani ana password? Ukisema nyinyi mna password ya politics ya Kenya, mnajidanganya. We will hold on a password of leadership in 2027 and so many years to come. Password ya leadership iko na Raila Odinga, password iko na Musalia Mudavadi, password iko na William Samoei Ruto. Waambiwa hivyo. Nimesoma gazeti ya Nation inasema Western Kenya there are Young Turks. Wachunge password, sisi ndio tuko nayo. Washanzi sana. Thank you.
Asante sana katibu. Asante sana katibu. Allow me to recognize Your Excellency, MCAs who are here from Homa Bay, Kisumu and the other counties. Tafadhali MCAs msimame. Members of the County Assembly. Very good. I see MCAs from Siaya. I see our own majority leader of the Homa Bay Assembly, Bwana Ogindo. MCA for this area, Jeff Ongoro, and several MCAs, tafadhali mketi. Asanteni sana for coming to honor Mama. I'd like to recognize principal secretaries who are here with us today. Please just rise, our principal secretaries. We have our very own son of the soil, the son of Karachuonyo here, and the uncle of Mama Phoebe, PS Dr. Raymond Omolo. Thank you, and thank you for the support that you have given to the family throughout this process. PS Karen Agengo, PS in charge of Children's Services, asanteni sana na karibuni. Allow me now to invite to speak to us our very own crocodile, Nyang Jadimo, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of National Treasury, Nyang Wanyaramba. Karibu sana. Na pesa inalala hapa Homa Bay na tunaiona vizuri. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency, my boss, President William Ruto, my party leader, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, Mama Ida Odinga, Governor Homa Bay County, other governors present, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Jothurwa ukwe uru, Jokarachuonyo ukwe uru, Jokanyaluo ukwe uru, Eru kamano. Let me just say a few words. First of all, I have come here to condole with the people of Karachuonyo, the family of the late Mama Phoebe Asiyo. And I've not just come because Phoebe Asiyo was a politician from this region, but I've come because Phoebe Asiyo is also related to me. Those who are coming from Nyakach, they know very well that there was a lady from that family called Rhoda Midigo, the daughter of Oluoch. My wife is also called Rhoda Midigo because she is the grandchild of that Mama Rhoda Midigo who came from Nyakach, from this very family. Oluoch. So Phoebe Asiyo was auntie to my wife. And I've come here as a relative, but I've also come here as a leader from this region. And I've also come here as a national leader. So I want to just say a few things in English. Number one, Your Excellency, and I want to thank Baba Raila Odinga for seconding me to work with you to resuscitate and revive the economy of this country. And I want to commit that that is the work that we are doing with Your Excellency the President. I am happy that Your Excellency, you have agreed with the Prime Minister that we are going to do something that has never happened in this continent. That people who have suffered in the hands of the law enforcement officers, those who have lost their lives before, those who have been injured, the victims of brutality, are going to receive compensation. And you have instructed me, Your Excellency, that I make funds available. I just want to commit here that funds will be available to compensate those who have suffered in the hands of law enforcement officers so that we can open a new chapter in this country, a chapter of the rule of law and a chapter of respect to human rights. Secondly, Your Excellency, my party, which at one time you are a member of, and of course, I serve in your executive as your minister in charge of national security. But you know very well that I belong to ODM party, and I am not about to relinquish that membership. Our party stands for devolution. And Your Excellency, you also stand for devolution. And we have demonstrated through action that we support devolution. I want to announce here that in the financial year 2024-25, we made sure that we released all the money to the counties to support county governments. Even now, even without the passage of county allocation of revenue bill, I want to announce to the people of Kenya, having shared with you, Your Excellency, that on Monday and Tuesday, we will pay all the money for July to the counties so that counties can run the operations. And we'll make sure that we are up to date. I could say more and more, but a lot will be said by Your Excellency because my boss is here. I don't have to say a lot. Allow me just to say one word in Kijaluo. Jothuru auntie. Wan kako ganda luo. Kitwa kitimbe wa eni ruoth beda chien. Joluo ok nyal bedo gi ruodhi ariyo. Ruodhwa motelo nwa siasa en Raila Odinga. And Baba emabro chiwo direction kama Luo community there. And now nikech oyie notiyo gi William Ruto. Wan kaka ODM, wan kaka oganda Luo, watiyo gi UDA, kendo wamakore gi UDA, mang'ama wacho any other statement, ng'ano ok wuone oganda Luo, ng'ano ok wuone ODM, ng'ano wuoyo for himself. Otherwise, ang'eyo ni jo karachuonyo, nyoche kan mwalo piny ka, pod abiro duogo karachuonyo ka, weche mag dongruok duto madipo wuoye, ni wasetimo mwanyalo. Adiedo na Makarabok, wakete budget ya kutosha, ndara dhi mbele koso ok dhi mbele. Ndara mosechendo miluongo ni Kanyadhiang', kaluoro dho nam nyaka Kadel, manyocho chung mane chendo, oseyudo contractor manyien, waketo ne enough budget, ndara no dhi mbele koso ok dhi mbele. Nitiere bende nama mawuok, madhi nyaka Oriwo, madhi nyaka Pala, mawuok kamiluongo ni Njeri, dong ung'e ndara no. Ndara no bro dhi mbele, osetim tendering, osetim procurement, contractor oseyudo barua, chake modong'. Nyasaye mad gwedhu, thuolo mwayudo ni watiyogo kaka Nyasaye omiyowa thuolo. Riwauru lwedo, wadhi mbele. God bless you.
Erokamano nyang', ndara mabe osechando wiwa mowuok Gendia, kadhi nyaka Kadongo, kakalo Mawego, sani lam tung tutung. Ber koso ok ber? Erokamano nyang', ndara no nikete pesa. Thank you, Your Excellency. Allow me now, as we close this session, to invite my neighbor, the governor of Migori County, Ochilo Mbogo wuona yako, chiel wioke. Karibu, Governor Ochilo.
Johoma Bay untie. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga, and all protocols observed. I have come here on behalf of the people of Migori County. The people of Migori County have sent me with salutation to the family of Dr. Phoebe Asiyo, and I've also come on behalf of my own family. The First Lady of Migori County has a relationship, a very strong relationship with the people of Rachuonyo na amenituma. Mmepokea. I just want to say two things, Your Excellency. Many years ago, when I was a small boy, in Homa Bay School where I was studying, in 1983 there was an election, a national election of who was to be a member of parliament. Where I come from, we used to belong to Homa Bay constituency. Homa Bay was then Awendo, Rongo, Rangwe, and Homa Bay. This was the Greater Rachuonyo. I happened to have sneaked out of school with a few of my friends and went to listen to the results as they were being announced. Your Excellency, on that particular day, that powerful person that Dr. Oburu Odinga was talking about, we were standing at the gate of the hall in Homa Bay. The way he fled from that place, I asked myself, why was that person fleeing? I was told that he was fleeing because he had lost to Dr. Phoebe Asiyo. From that day, from where I was as a young boy, it has continued to be in my mind that this lady was a very powerful lady. Many years after that, I have had the fortune of being a member of parliament. I came to parliament in 1997. Before I was elected to parliament, I sought her wisdom. I thought she would continue her tenure as a member of parliament. She told me, no, I have done my tour of duty in elective politics and lead in other spheres. This lady knew when to exit the elective stage and elevate herself to another position. Lastly, Your Excellency, this particular lady, when I had the privilege of being the Minister for Gender, together with Honorable Zipporah Kitonyi, they came to my office and directed me that I must constitute the Gender Commission. I had the privilege of constituting the Gender Commission as the Minister for Gender. And Your Excellency, Zipporah Kitonyi and other very serious ladies made me an honorary woman. So on behalf of all the honorary women who are here, like me, poleni sana kupoteza mtu kama huyu. Sisi tumekuja hapa kwa family. Caesar Asiyo has always been my friend. Your Excellency, Caesar Asiyo called me and said they would have some fundraising. But when you intervened, Caesar Asiyo aliniambia poa tu hapo, rais amechukua hiyo gharama. Mimi nikimalizia, Your Excellency, wewe na baba na mambo ya broad-based. I am an avid reader and a student of politics all the time. That is what I do. I pursue elections sometime, but I'm all the time a student of politics. The policy that is called broad-based government is the best policy in a divided society, is the best policy in a society that is as broad as this one. I want to congratulate you and Baba for broadening inclusion in Kenya. I want to appreciate you for making every Kenyan, every county to feel that your administration needs and serves them. I want to conclude by saying, while I read politics and do things, I normally read language that is not verbalized. Hii lugha kati yako na baba imekuwa mzuri sana. Naona inaendelea vizuri. Na ikiendelea hivi, itakuwa mzuri 2027. Na wacho koseo kawacho. Asanteni sana.
Erokamana inya. Thank you so much, Governor Ochilo. Allow me to now recognize deputy governors, my own deputy governor, Honorable Joseph Oyugi Magwanga, Wonochieng, Fuafuaya. Thank you so much. Deputy Governor of Kisumu County, Matthews Owili, thank you so much. Asante sana. Any other deputy governor? Thank you so much. Let me now invite Governor for Kisumu County, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. Asante sana, karibu Governor. Ruakna uru Anyang' Wagi Mary. Karibu sana. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor Gladys Wanga. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, the Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga. I don't think that you call Raila the former Prime Minister. He's the Prime Minister because there's no other. I'm a civil. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, Raila Odinga, all protocols observed. Yothura moso sabre uru, o sabre kendo sabre. Ay Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hallelujah. Asanteni sana. I will be very brief, Governor Wanga. But I have come here in two capacities. One, as a son of Phoebe Asiyo, the late, and two, as the governor of Kisumu County. All those Kisumu County who have come with me, can you stand up and wave, please, wherever you are? Those from Kisumu County, wherever you are, asanteni sana. Karibu. When I was growing up, Phoebe Asiyo was a common name in our family. Because Phoebe and my mother, Mrs. Dorka Owino Nyong'o, were very close in Maendeleo ya Wanawake movement. Phoebe up in Nairobi and my mother at the local level. In fact, Phoebe doesn't call me by my name. Ulungagani Wood Dorka, the son of Dorka, because Dorka was my mother. So they were very close. And when I came to Parliament, I met Phoebe. She always treated me as a child who was managed it to come where the elders are. It has been like that. In fact, yesterday, when we met Phoebe, at Kisumu Airport, Kisumu International Airport, I must apologize to Governor Wanga. When I saw her in the coffin, I broke down. And I had to leave, not to embarrass Governor Wanga. So it's a very personal thing that I've come here to be with the family of Phoebe Asiyo as we say goodbye to our great mother. The mission in life of Mama Phoebe Asiyo was to fight for human rights, not just for women, but for Kenyans as a whole. If that were not the case, she would have not been the leader of Maendeleo ya Wanawake for so long and been a parliamentarian and one of the parliamentarians who, if you look at the Hansard of the National Assembly, or Lejiko, as it used to be called, you'll find that Phoebe stood firmly for change, for human rights, for the protection of common people. If Phoebe lived today longer, Mheshimiwa Rais, Prime Minister Raila Odinga, there is something happening in Kenya which is extremely dangerous, which I'm sure Phoebe would have stood up against and campaigned to do something about it by government. This is called femicide. If you have been reading the papers or listening to radio, watching television, femicide is increasing in Kenya at geometric progression. And we have a theory in Kisumu County that the increase in femicide is closely associated with the increase of Airbnbs. I don't know whether you know that. So, Bwana President, Prime Minister Raila Odinga, let us have a strict control of the opening of Airbnbs, and the use of Airbnbs should be strongly controlled. and accounted for. Because otherwise, this femicide will continue under the guise of people going to Airbnbs. I'm sorry, I might be very strong about this, but in Kisumu, we have noticed this phenomenon. And I hope it is not as serious elsewhere as it is in Kisumu. I see Governor Wanga is coming, but I'm finishing. Don't worry, Mama. Finally, Mr. President, we have stood here today. Many people have said that I support devolution. And many people have said that money will be given to counties. But there are also some services going on in counties which should be county responsibility. In this day and age, Mr. President, I don't see why the national government should bother about Kura and Kera and give them money to do roads in counties. That's a job that can be done by county assemblies and county government and save the government a lot of money and a lot of money wasted in personnel who are not doing very good work anyway. So, Mr. President, that is my plea for today. As Phoebe is laid to rest, let Kura and Kera also be laid to rest. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Now, democracy, Madam Wanga, is not an easy form of government to have. But it is the best from human experience. When you give democracy to people, or in a democratic society, people will express their views, which sometimes you don't agree with, but it's their democratic right to express it. But after expressing it, there must be a point where decisions are made. That is why Nyerere said that democracy in African tradition was the elders sitting under a tree and talk until they agree. Today is the elders and everybody else sitting under a tree and talk until they agree. But we must agree. We can't have a society where after talking there's no agreement. And from those of you here who have come here and spoke for consensus, unity, that is very important for national development, but only after democratic discourse. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hallelujah. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Governor Professor Jothurwa untie. Jothurwa pod untie. Ane jomurwa ko President Dr. William Ruto Thurwa ka gibat. Ane jomurwa ko Baba Gwambo wenya lego gibat. Achaka ne jomurwa ko Minping Dr. Ida Odinga gibat. Ane jomurwa ko Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. Bas. Jobuli kre uru ka ngwaluonga Gwambo to nyakugo bul matin ka. Aya. Your Excellency, I also now want to make a few remarks as we go towards the close of this session and as I yield back the time. We are mourning today an African icon. Her book says, "It is possible, an African woman speaks." We, as the women leadership of the country, stand on her shoulders. And that is why we are so very grateful that when Maendeleo ya Wanawake wrote to you to grant Mama Phoebe Asiyo the highest honor granted to civilians, which is a state burial, you quickly agreed. And today we are sending off Mama Phoebe as the heroine that she is. And you took your time, together with Baba, to come and mourn together with us, the people of Karachuonyo, the people of Kanyaluo, as we send off this great woman. The fact that we stand on her shoulders is very clear. Here in Homa Bay, when I was running, for example, for the governor's seat, and I came to Karachuonyo, or I went to any part of Homa Bay, I told them, elect me as governor, because you see, you elected Phoebe Asiyo Nyagoro, and you saw what she did for the people of Karachuonyo. And that is what brought their hearts closer, and that is what made them, over time and again, elect so many women in Homa Bay. Actually, Homa Bay County, as far as the gender parity is concerned, I think we are there and past. Because we have 12 leaders at the apex leadership of the county, 6 of whom are women and 6 of whom are men. So we are at a 50-50 balance here in Homa Bay because Mama Phoebe broke the glass ceiling. And as I said in church in Nairobi, the women leaders of Homa Bay, they are not just women of Paso here. They are women of substance. And they are very well educated, Your Excellency. Because you have there Honorable Dr. Ivo Bara, Honorable Dr. Lillian Gogo, Honorable Dr. Joyce Osogo Bensuda, Honorable Dr. Beatrice Ogola. The least educated among them are the loudest also, which is myself and Honorable Millie. But now we have been sent back to school and we are reading to get our PhDs. Your Excellency, when you come to the men of Homa Bay, we are welcoming we welcome very much. Oh, Manaji Orengo Nyatie. Warua kura Jimmy. Warua kurunya tieng. Asante sana. Hello. Jomarua Kajimi, Orengo Nyatieng Fwana Urubadwe ya Mokama. Asante sana. Homa Bay Oruako Ajimi kabisa. Kora dimbele gi watch. Adimbele koso. Adimbele koso. Adimbele koso. Your Excellency, when it comes to the men, they are very eloquent and very brilliant, but they are yet to acquire their PhDs. So we call them Moses Kajwang, Peter Kaluma, Adipo Kuome, Martin Owino. That is the story of leadership here. Your Excellency, Mama Phoebe believed in the unity of the nation. And the fact that today yourself and Baba are sitting here under the broad-based government as we send off Phoebe Asiyo Nyagoro, I think nothing makes her happier that our country is united under the broad-based government. Na sisi, Your Excellency, kama chama cha ODM, kwa sababu mimi ndio mwenyekiti wa kitaifa wa chama kikubwa zaidi South of Sahara and North of River Limpopo, chama cha ODM. Sisi, huyu kiongozi wetu Baba ndio tunamwangalia. Na Baba akisema left ni wapi? Na akisema right ni wapi? Na akisema fire tunafanya nini? Na sasa Baba amesema tuko ndani ya broad-based government. Na kuna wale wanatuambia ati tutoke ndani ya broad-based. Jothurwa, kuna wale wanasema tutoke ndani ya broad-based. Nyinyi mnasema nini? Tukae ndani ama tukae nje? Tukae ndani ama tukae nje? Tukae ndani ama tukae nje? Wale ambao wanasema ndani, nataka nione kwa mkono yenu nyinyi wote kila mahali. Tunakaa ndani. Na mimi vile nimesikia watu wakizungumza, labda shida yao si President William Ruto. Shida yao ni kwamba wameona ya kwamba pia sisi tuko pale ndani, tuko na Mbadi pale, tuko na Wandai pale, tuko na Joho pale. Hiyo ndio labda inawakwarusa roho. Na ile siku tutakanyaga nje, au watakanyaga wapi? Ndani. Kwa hivyo sisi tuko ndani na hatubabaiki na hatutishwi. Na yule ambaye anazungumza aelewe ya kwamba kama chama cha ODM tumekubaliana na hiyo ndio msimamo yetu. Nikimalizia, Your Excellency, today is a historic day. Because jothurwa gimoro timore malich samoro pokunene. Ungeni wasebedo ka wagore ne piny. Tugeni jowa mang'eny be osebedo ko negi moko sehinyore. To kawuono jatelo gi baba ondiko noket task force ma ndalo 120 idhi chul jomohinyore gi jomotho pesa mora mora mondo gimbende gibed ni ginyalo yudo konyruok. Today is historic because since the beginning of this country we have had many reports, and the reports have always spoken about compensation, but nobody has ever implemented those reports. But today, His Excellency the President, together with Baba, under the 10-point agenda of our MOU, have created a framework for compensation of all those who have been injured or died during protests in this country since 2017. It has never happened. It is historic. Na wale ambao wanaongea wataongea, lakini sisi tunajua Kenya inasonga wapi mbele. Asante sana. Niliongea kidogo ndio Governor Orengo achukue pumzi kidogo, lakini sasa nataka nimwalike aseme mambo machache.
Homa Bay oye! Homa Bay oye! Poka winjo Homa Bay oye! To Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and all Cabinet Secretaries who are here, including the Prime Cabinet Secretary, to our leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, to Min Piny Nyawangaya, Gejotelo duto mochopo kae. Atimo mos ahinya, nachopo ka weche mang'eny osewachi, to an bende an kodu e wechego duto mosewachi. Adwana nuoyo mana kapok aloso kuom Phoebe ni an Orengo nyatieng' ngima, an Orengo kidi, onge kama dhiye kore ka roch brach. I want to say a few words because this is a very solemn occasion. This lady here, I can say honestly, if we trace back to the movement for human rights and talking about women's rights being human rights, Phoebe Asiyo was ahead of her time. She started that struggle before independence and continued with it. I can say that I'm one of the few people who are privileged to have served with Phoebe Asiyo in Parliament. At the time when Phoebe was first elected in Parliament, it was a very difficult time for women leaders to be in Parliament. I know now Homa Bay has taken the lead. We have more women elected in Homa Bay County more than anywhere else. And this is a great testimony to Phoebe Asiyo. I knew at the time when Phoebe used to take up very serious issues in Parliament. The Parliament at that time, those who were there with me at that time, there were so many male charlatans, many male chauvinists, and many male misogynists, and would not entertain women being leaders in Parliament. And for that matter, I honor her and I thank the state for giving her such a wonderful send-off. But one thing that I wanted to say in conclusion, there's a trend in Kenya where we are very shy at rewarding heroes. We remember them when they die. But when we think about their role, particularly those who have fought very hard for independence in this country, they have not given their rightful place in the nation called Kenya. If you think of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who said, no Kenyatta, no Uhuru without Kenyatta. But as we speak today, there is no national monument in Nairobi named after Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And that is a trend in this nation that we must correct. In this county, I can tell you, without fear of contradiction, the person who brought UNEP to Kenya is Odero Joy. There's a time when you had any leader coming from abroad, the first person they would ask you about is Odero Joy. We have all forgotten about Odero Joy. So I ask the leadership that are here, let us try to remember our leaders who have fought for hard, including Tom Mboya. I'm very unhappy that Mboya's monuments are only here in Homa Bay. Mboya should have been named a big thing in Nairobi. And Mboya played a significant role. So I hope that with this new spirit that is coming up, this new committee that is going to look into issues of those who are assaulted or suffered during the demonstrations, that this is a new awakening, that Kenya is a democratic nation that believes in human rights. Thank you very much. Erokamano
Nyatieng. Allow me now to invite Her Excellency Canon Dr. Ida Betty Odinga Menping. Karibu Menping. Bueno. To Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the leadership of the church, the family, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, amoso nukwe uru, okwe uru. God is good all the times. That is his nature. Now, as I stand here, you can see I've been escorted by great women of Kenya. I'm sure they were introduced earlier on, and therefore I don't need to introduce them again. But I'm happy. Today, we've come to celebrate life. We've come to celebrate the life of Mama Phoebe Asiyo. Mama Phoebe Asiyo is somebody who is known and who was loved by most of us. Maybe I say all of us. When I was young, mineka urukwe matin. Wabro wacho katagidholuo ubro winjo bende. As we were growing up, we used to look up to Mama Phoebe Asiyo. And we used to say that when I grow up, I would like to be like Mama Phoebe Asiyo. Now, some of us are grown up now, but I don't know whether we are like her or not. Mama Phoebe Asiyo was an icon. Mama Phoebe Asiyo was a role model. Mama Phoebe Asiyo was the first in many fields. We learned a lot from Mama Phoebe Asiyo. I know everybody has got something to say, personal relation with Mama Phoebe. Let me just tell you something. At the event of multi-party in 1990, 91, 92, I had not met Mama Phoebe Asiyo personally, though I was a great admirer of Mama Phoebe. And one time, you know, that's the time when things happen. So many things were happening. For those who don't know, I became jobless, and I decided to go and work in the office of the opposition leader, and the opposition leader at that time was none other than my father-in-law, Jaramogi Odinga. So as I was working as an office manager and everything in that office, one day he called me around 10:30, and he told me, "Can you go and get for me Nyagoro? I want to have lunch today with Nyagoro." Now, Nyagoro is another name for Mama Phoebe Asiyo. I had no idea who was Nyagoro. I kept on asking people, who is Nyagoro? And Mzee wants me to bring Nyagoro here in 2 hours' time. When I went round, there was one confidant of Jaramogi called Luko Bok, told me that is Phoebe Asiyo. Then I said, where on earth would I find Phoebe? He gave me the number, and I called Phoebe, and Phoebe came, and that was the first time I met Phoebe, and that was the beginning of my relationship with Phoebe. It was a great meeting. At that time, Phoebe was doing many things, but I took Phoebe as my personal mentor. And anything that I was doing, I would consult with Mama Phoebe. And one of the things that we did, I was advised at that particular time that I should start a women organizations, because, you know, that's the time, sorry to say this, that's the time I was in many problems. I was a teacher. I asked the NAT to help me to sort out my problems. NAT said that is political. We cannot help you. I went to Maendeleo ya Wanawake, and suddenly Maendeleo ya Wanawake had become KANU Maendeleo ya Wanawake, so they could not help me. But I was advised by none other than Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, who you have just been here, to start an organization that represents women in Kenya from all spheres and all political parties. And we started the League of Kenya Women Voters. And Mama Phoebe Asiyo was the advisor. And you know, for the first time, in the election that was carried out in
1992 had many women. All those women had passed through the League of Kenya Women Voters, and that's how it opened the work. Now, in 1995, there was the Beijing conference, which brought about the 1/3 gender rule. Many people did not understand what it was all about. And still, today, we, the women of Kenya, we are still working towards the 1/3 gender rule. I think the only county that has reached that level is Homa Bay County, which has 50% leadership in politics. Now, having said that, we did many things with Mama Phoebe. There was a time when Mama Phoebe asked me that her son, Caesar, wanted to marry and asked me to mobilize women so that we go to Kabarnet to ask for Connie's hand to marry Caesar. And I collected many women. I think out here, what I can see here, I think it's only Ivo Bara who was with us. There were many others. There was Felgono Kundi. There was Felgona Momanyi. There were many others. And we went there and we street talked to the people of Kabarnet. It also happened that I was born in Kabarnet, so it was easy to talk to my people in Kabarnet to allow us. I'm being told it's almost time. So we did that. Mama Phoebe's story cannot be told in a day. Jothurwa. Sigand Mama Phoebe bor. To wabro romo chieng moro. Wabro romo. Mondo ywag Mama Phoebe di maber. Mondo ywage maber. Mondo wach weche duto mwadwa wacho. Mondo anene kwa nyalo bedo. Nwa nyalo follow. Wanyalo luwo bang Mama Phoebe maber. Mondo anene kwa nyalo medo. Joma mine e telo mar piny ni. Aneno kuyiego erokamano. Koro kwatieko alama mar Nyasaye mondo ket chuny Mama Phoebe kama ber e polo malo nyaka chieng' moro rom kode nikech thought is a must. Ok wanyal stope. Gima tin go erokamano kuom biro mondo akaw nya goro ke wuodhe mogik e pinyni. Erokamano mad Nyasaye gwedhu. You finished, eh?
Aya, erokamano ahinya min piny. Thank you so much. Wapamne min piny kodok. Asante sana. Your Excellency, I would now like to hand over the program as I invite another of our very own sons ambao tumekuwa na yeye hapa ndani ya ODM, tumetembea pamoja. Our Prime Cabinet Secretary of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi. Warua kuru jatelo.
Asante sana Governor Gladys Wanga. Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto, ndugu yetu mkubwa the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Ward Mary,
Mama Ida Odinga, viongozi wote, governors, wajumbe, waombolezaji. Ujumbe wangu wa kwanza, Mheshimiwa Rais, utaenda kwa familia na jamii ya Mama Phoebe Asiyo, wakiongozwa na rafiki yetu Siza Asiyo. Kwa niaba yangu binafsi na kwa niaba ya mke wangu Tesi, natoa rambirambi za kiroho kabisa kwa familia yote kwa jumla ya Mama Phoebe Asiyo. Yangu yatakuwa machache sana kwa sababu nataka tupate nafasi tusikize viongozi wetu ambao wako hapa. Lakini nitaomba ruhusa niseme tu mawili, Mheshimiwa Rais. Kwanza, nataka nizungumze kuhusu broad-based government. Kabla sijamshukuru Mheshimiwa Raila kwa msimamo wake na wewe, nataka niseme hivi. The broad-based government is not about self-preservation of leaders. The broad-based government is about preservation of the state, preservation of the nation. It's about preserving peace. It's about preserving stability. It's about preserving equity. It's about preserving and creating stable institutions which shall be inherited by our children and our children's children. Tunasema hivyo kwa sababu watu wengi wanajaribu kutupa matope kwa uhusiano wa Mheshimiwa William Ruto na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga. Mimi nataka niwaambie, hata wakijaribu, hawa viongozi wetu wawili wameonyesha kwamba taifa na usalama wa taifa unashinda tamaa yote nyingine ya ulimwengu. Kwa hivyo ningependa tu kusema kwamba sisi tunaungana kabisa, kwa sababu tunataka Kenya inawiri. Tunataka Kenya iwe na amani. Tunataka uchumi wetu upanuke zaidi. Na ndio kwa sababu sisi tuko kwa huo msimamo wa kusema tunataka broad-based government na tunataka inclusivity katika taifa letu. Ukiona mtu anatembea kule, anauza ukabila mpaka hata wenyeji wake wanaanza kumwambia tumechoka, basi ujue sasa huyo jamaa siasa yake duni imeanza kufika ukingoni. Jambo langu la pili, Mheshimiwa Rais, ni kusema tu kwamba uamuzi ambao umeonekana kwa kidete chako leo kuteua mechanism ama kuunda jopo ambalo litasaidia kuangazia na kusaidia wale kwa bahati mbaya waliuawa ama walipoteza maisha yao katika harakati za kama ni maandamano kwa sababu ya mambo ya katiba. Ni vizuri sana jambo hili limetokea. Na Mheshimiwa Rais, ningependa kusisitiza kwamba Kenya wakati huu, muhula wa 2025 hadi 2027, Kenya is a member of the Human Rights Council of the United Nations. We have a seat there. Kwa hivyo msimamo ambao umechukua na uamuzi na tekelezo ambalo limetendeka ni la muhimu sana kwa sababu hakuna mtu yeyote angependa kuona damu ikimwagika. It's a very courageous decision, but it is also the right decision, and we hope and trust that tukienda mbele, this will not be a recurrent process in our republic. We want to move forward in unison. La mwisho, nataka tu nimuunge Anyang' Nyong'o kwamba tuchunge wakina mama wetu, wasiuawe kiholela holela, wasidhulumiwe, wasiaibishwe, wasiwekwe kwa mtandao kwa njia ambayo sio ya heshima. Tunataka heshima ya mama wetu ilindwe na ijengwe. Hapo ndio taifa kubwa la maana litaepuka. Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi nilikuwa na nafasi kuwa kwa bunge pamoja na Mama Phoebe Asiyo. We were toddlers kwa siasa. And Mama Phoebe Asiyo, and then there was Mama Grace Ogot. These were very a dynamic duo in Parliament. Very constructive in their debate, and also very humorous when it came to time to be humorous, and very compassionate and very focused. So today, may Mama Phoebe's soul rest in eternal peace. Sasa ni nafasi yangu ya kiheshima kumwalika mtoto wa hapa Ward Mary, kwa sababu nimesikia Gladys Wanga akisema mambo ya ODM. Ni kweli, nimeona hapa kuna watatu ambao walikuwa kwa Pentagon kwa ODM, na yule alikuwa kiongozi wetu kwa hiyo Pentagon ni Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Sasa nataka tuchukue fursa hii tumsimamishe Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga aje hapa mbele atuzungumzie, alafu yeye ndio ataalika Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Asante.
Haya. Jathurwa. Wabiro kawuono gikuyo Marco Phoebe Nyagoro. Wabiro yewimo atung piny biro kae kawuono. Adwa wacho gi dhok moro mokwongo kapod wacho gi dhowa. We have come here today to mourn a great Kenyan lady, a matriarch in all sense of the word. Phoebe's life is an exemplification of humanism. She ranks among some of the greatest women in the world. So we have come today to celebrate her life, not to mourn. Because at 92, Phoebe has seen it all. She rose from childhood at the time when there's a lot of discrimination against women. and managed against all the odds at that time to secure education up to a high level and becoming a teacher. One of those she taught there in central Kenya was a member of parliament with us, Matere Keriri. Matere Keriri used to tell us how Phoebe used to teach them how to dress properly in those years. She then became the first African woman to become a leader of maendeleo ya wanawake against white women. And when independence came, she was working with the prison department. Jaramogi, as Minister for Home Affairs, was in charge of prisons, made her a superintendent of prisons, became a senior superintendent of prisons. And in that capacity, she helped to develop the Langata Women Prison to create conditions of humanity in the prisons there. And then she worked with children after that. She worked with children and promoted the development of children, orphans, children which were disabled, and so on. That is another contribution that Phoebe made. And then she became a politician. And as you have been told, if you go into the Hansard, you will see Phoebe's contribution in Parliament. When she stood to talk in Parliament about women's rights, you would sit down and just listen and cheer her. She was very passionate about women's rights. She elevated women issues to the national level. And she was fearless. Phoebe was also compassionate. Oburu has told you the relationship between us, our family, and the family of Phoebe. Jaramogi and Phoebe's father, the late Pastor Joel Omer, were the founders of Luo Union East Africa. Jaramogi became the first Kir. Joel Omer became the deputy Kir. Late Mr. Adano Tuko became the Secretary General of Luo Union. And it is through Mr. Joel Omer that Oburu came to study this other side of Nyanza. We used to meet Phoebe in those years when she was young. And therefore, Phoebe is like my elder sister. Here in this family, all her other brothers, some of them late, most of them late, and sisters. We are family with the Omers. But Phoebe has also several connections here. Her grandmother came from another clan of Karachuonyo. She herself lived in another clan of Karachuonyo. Then she's married to another clan of Karachuonyo. That's why when she decided to come into politics, she was unbeatable in Karachuonyo. She stood against Okikamayo and won. Amayo appealed, and there was a by-election here in Karachuonyo. We came to Karachuonyo here with Orengo Jimmy here. Kajawad Gadongo. Asoko Jaka John. Here, Phoebe's symbol was the house. And that by-election was contested. It was a serious by-election because the entire government machinery was supporting Okikamayo. But we came here, descended this place like bees. And we had a Soka Jaka John with his kinanda. Odds. Yokarachuonyo. Odds. Nyagoru ot kende mwago ni ombulu. Phoebe wacho, ot. Asiyo wacho, ot. Okachi wacho, ot. Karachuonyo wacho, ot. Ot kende mwago ni ombulu. She was re-elected resoundingly. And after this momentum that we had gathered here in Karachuonyo, we descended into Ugenya. There was another by-election in Ugenya. And that by-election again, we put Orengo Simba. And Simba also won against another minister, Matthew Sugutu. Then we moved up to central Kenya at that time. We had created a wave at that time, which was very powerful. Phoebe did not let us down when she went to Parliament. She went to Parliament and continued to fight for the rights of Kenyans that we had all been talking about. Later on, we would join with Phoebe in 1992 in Ford, Kenya. And she became a member of Parliament for Karachuonyo once again. And we were there together up to 1997. Jaramogi died when we were together with Phoebe. And Phoebe was one of the people who actually held my hand at that time and asked me to forget what had happened and to move on. She was one of the people who consoled me at that very difficult time. So that's why I'm so happy today that the government of President Ruto has accepted to give Phoebe this kind of burial that she richly deserves. As a hero. As a hero. And Mr. President, I want you to follow it up by dedicating a monument in Nairobi in honor of Madam Phoebe Asiyo Nyaguru. Because Phoebe deserves it. Phoebe has done what many people have not been able to do. And that's why we are all here today. I want to say now, we are here as Kenyans today. We know where we are coming from. We were in a very serious situation sometime last year. Everybody knows where we were. There was a possibility of Kenya degenerating into a failed state like Somalia, like Sudan today. People who do not understand history talk very easily. But ask them, tell them, what happened in Libya? What happened in Egypt after the Arab Spring? What happened? Where was it a risk where a crowd not able to move in and take the government and form a government? Where do you have a military regime in Egypt today after the Arab Spring? Even Tunisia. People do not really understand. That's why they make it very simple. And it's very easy for them to write articles in newspapers. I read them and I just laugh. They try to trivialize what was a very serious situation. So what we have today is basically something that we were forced into because of the circumstances that were existing at that time. I want to invite somebody to tell me their own solution, how this would have been solved. We sacrificed so that there could be peace in this country. And that's the reason why we are here today. I do not regret what we did. We did it in the best interest of our country. And Kenya must move forward. But we have continued to say that we need to improve our governance structure. Issues of human rights must be respected. We must ensure that people live well. We must ensure that our people have food, that our people have shelter, that our people have work, that our people, when they are sick, they can be treated. that our children will go to school. This is very, very important to us. This is very important indeed. And that the cost of living need to be brought down. And that it must be rule of law. That the security forces are there to protect the people. The police are servants of the people, not masters. The police need to be civil to the population. If you have committed an offense, arrest me. Take me to prison, to take me to court. And let the court find me guilty and imprison me. But do not use your own weapon to assassinate me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot to kill. Don't shoot to kill. Don't shoot to maim. Arrest and charge in a court of law. That's what is called rule of law. And we have sat together and reviewed the MOU that we signed last year, this year. And we have now put together a framework to ensure that the MOU is implemented to the letter. This is going to happen. Those who have been maimed, those who have been injured, those who have been in hospital, and those who have died, the families of those who have died will be compensated. And we said we go back to just not 2024, 2023, 22, we go back to 2017. From 2017 up to date, all those people who have been maimed, have been killed, and so on, the families are going to be compensated. And we have got to put in place a framework for that to happen. Secondly, we have also a structure of how to ensure that the MOU itself is implemented to the full. And that's why next week we are going to have a joint parliamentary group meeting to ensure that our members of parliament implement what we need, put up structures in place so that we can be able to implement what we've agreed on. This is going to happen. So I just want to say, the naysayers, give us space, give us room, and the judges in 2027. And we've said this is going to remain in place up to 2027. After that, we will see where we go to. Even if you are saying one term, so what? It's the Kenyans who will decide the term. And we will see where we want to go. I am confident when that time comes, we will face Kenyans squarely and tell Kenyans, this is why we did ABCD, this is where we want to go. Utasema yako, tutasema yetu. Tuone Wakenya watamini nani. So hivyo mimi sina wasiwasi. Piga kelele. Piga kelele namna hiyo. Weka tu. Kongo hiyo ni kama hiyo ngurumo ya chura. Ngurumo ya chura haizui ng'ombe kunywa maji. Ng'ombe itakunywa maji. We will be able to move beyond 2027. I'm confident we will move beyond 2027. Nobody should try to threaten us. We are Kenyans, like we are Kenyans. Don't go and say that Kenyans is sectionalized. Sisi ni watu wa bahari. Sisi ni watu wa ziwa, kanda ya ziwa Victoria. Sisi ni watu wa bonde la ufa. Sisi ni watu wa milima. Sisi ni wa Kenya. All and every Kenyan matters. It's not a question of blood relationship. Oh, you're our cousins. You're our cousins. You're our cousins. So those are your cousins. Those who are not your cousins, what are they? Are they not Kenyans? Are they not Kenyans? Don't tell us also that there is, the government has got shareholders. Watu wengine wako na share mingi, wengine wana kidogo, wengine hawana shares. Then why are you collecting taxes from those who don't have shares? Why do you tax them? You collect shares, money from them, and you say they don't deserve services because they did not vote for you. Shame on you. Shame on you. We want to live in a civilized society in a civilized manner, in a humane manner. We want Kenyans to be proud as Kenyans. Kenya is a great country. Kenya is a great country. Kenya can transition to a first world. There's no reason why Kenya cannot move the way Kenyans equivalents have done. We can do it when we create enabling environment for Kenyans to thrive. Kenyans can excel. I've seen Kenyans excel elsewhere. I've seen countries much poorer than Kenya transition and become first world. Korea is one. Vietnam was bombarded by Americans for many years. Nobody believed that people remaining in Vietnam. Today, Vietnam's economy is up there. Energy consumption in Vietnam today is 70,000 megawatts. Kenya is only 3,500. We'll go that route. There are many things that can be done here. When we sit down and plan properly, Kenya will be able to take off. Mr. President, we had Vision 2030. It's not been followed very well. As we now want to work with you, we want to ensure that we bring Vision 2030 back on the table. We also revive the NESC, National Economic and Social Council, so that all those flagship projects that we coined during that time can be revived and make sure that they're all moving together, going in the right direction. This will help us as a country. So I'm saying this as just a Kenyan patriot who is thinking about Kenya. Kenya number one, Kenya number two, Kenya number three. This is where we are. At this juncture now, I also want to congratulate Harambee Stars for making us proud twice. Making us proud. Harambee Stars are showing what other Kenyans do not know exists. And this is the spirit that we want to continue to hail. So, Yathurwa, wako Nyagoro, Gimor. Nyagoro tiyo matek. Nyagoro tiyo matek ahinya. Omiyo nyaka koye gi sironyo. Otiyo matek kata kineno nyithindegi, ineno sisaka, ineno nyigegi duto te yawuotegi. Chona kageki. Oting'o malo. Dala kaka una Asiyo. Nechalo dalawa ka. Obiro kaeri, seje duto te ka Aduong' Asiyo ne nitie kod gi Phoebe Nyagoro. Aduong' Asiyo ne en ochung' motegno, osiro Phoebe go gitoke. Emomiyo kata in madichuo ka chiegni malo kucha, wek bedo gi nyiego. Dhire. Konye. Yawuoyi mako kono ni dhako ni malo kucha ni ni dhako loya. Chang'ang'e ni kucha mako mekelo ni fitina ni chiegi chako na ni kewuotho na kama macha. Mi dhako thuolo. Moni nyalo. Ok moni nyalo. Ok moni nyalo. Ithuro yie kamano. Yie kamano. I want to finish here by remembering some of the heroes of this community here. There was the late Paul Mboya, Olwali Nyakongo, a great patriarch of the Luo community, from this community. There was Jijoteko. Jijoteko was one of the freedom fighters, those who started Pinyawacho, and was arrested by the colonialists and was taken to Kismayu in now the present-day Somali. nyako ma otegno. Inind kucha kama chiegni go jijuno teko. Go Paul Mboya, olwali Nyakongo. Go chok. Kodoko kiki mani kilugo. Nyasaye mondo oket chunyi kama beri puro malo. Erokamano. Now let me take the opportunity to invite ndugu Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, President William Samoei Ruto.
Asante sana. Jodorua untie. Jodorua umor. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu nione kwa mikono. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asante sana. Mheshimiwa Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, mama wetu Ida Odinga, waheshimiwa viongozi wengine wote na wananchi wa hapa Karachuonyo na Homa Bay. Kwanza, mimi naleta rambirambi zangu na familia yangu kwa familia ya mama wetu shujaa kiongozi Phoebe Asiyo. Nasema poleni sana kwa sababu huyu kiongozi leo ametuacha, lakini pia tumekuja kusherehekea maisha yake, maisha ambayo imechangia sehemu kubwa katika uongozi wa kina mama katika taifa letu la Kenya na uongozi kwa ujumla katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na leta vile vile rambirambi kutoka serikali ya Kenya kwa familia hii, kwa viongozi wa Karachuonyo, watu wa Homa Bay, tukisema poleni sana na tutasimama pamoja na nyinyi. Huyu mama shujaa leo tunampatia heshima ya kitaifa kama shujaa wa Kenya kwa hii state ceremony, na sio kwa sababu niliulizwa, ni kwa sababu Mama Asiyo has earned her place as a national hero and a national leader. We remember very well that Mama Asiyo became the first Kenyan leader of maendeleo ya wanawake. Today, we have a legacy of women leadership in Kenya. Today, here in Homa Bay, we can see what her mentorship, what her leadership, what her influence has brought in women leadership, not just in Homa Bay, but also in the Republic of Kenya. And therefore, she deserves her place as a national hero. And I agree with the Prime Minister that she deserves her name to be put in a prominent place in the annals of history and in a place of pride, both here in Homa Bay and in Nairobi as well. Tutaanza na hapa Homa Bay. Nimeulizwa ya kwamba shule hii ambayo inaitwa Wikondiek Nimeulizwa na mbunge wenu ya kwamba hii shule ambayo inaitwa Wikondiek ibadilishwe iitwe Mama Asiyo Secondary School. Na nimekubali ya kwamba hiwe hivyo. Because this great Kenyan lady deserves her rightful place as a national hero, beginning from here at home in Homa Bay. Ile ingine tutafuatilia na kule Nairobi. Ndugu zangu wananchi wa Homa Bay, Mheshimiwa Raila, Mheshimiwa Baba ameongea hapa as a patriot, as a Kenyan committed to the progress and success of Kenya. I was also almost tempted to say that I have nothing useful to add. He has said it all, and he has put it well. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, your place in the history, in the progress, in the governance, in the destiny of our nation is firmly engraved. Your contribution, your sacrifice, your mentorship of many leaders is something of pride to those of us who have worked under you in our earlier political journey. And I want to say, listening to you today, I am persuaded that this nation, and I associate and I agree with your commitment and your conviction that Kenya is a great country, because it is a great country. It is only that some do not understand the potential and the greatness of this nation. Because of your commitment to this country, today you have assisted me to put together the broad-based government, a government that brings all communities, all regions, all parts of Kenya in an inclusive manner into one administration that does not look, that does not seek to preserve any leader, but to preserve the destiny and the place and the stability of the Republic of Kenya. And I want to say this in this very solemn occasion, that because of the coming together under this broad-based government, because of the Honorable Raila Odinga working with me to put together this broad-based government, Kenya has a date with destiny. Kenya has a historic opportunity to change the place of Kenya and to elevate this country to the next level. To unite this nation beyond community, tribe, region, or religion. And to forge that unity so that we can transform our economy, make it inclusive, deal with the challenge of unemployment, create wealth to get rid of poverty, transform our agriculture so that we can eliminate the shame of hunger, create products for exports, and expand our progress and our prosperity. Transform this nation in a very meaningful way And I want to say that today, as has been said by Baba, we are committed to taking this country to the next level. And it is the reason why we signed the 10-point agenda. And I want to commit that as the head of the executive, that 10-point agenda will be implemented to the letter. The journey towards the implementation of that agenda began. And that is why, because we were very clear about the place of devolution, we not only have paid all the monies that were due by the end of the last financial year, we are also committed that even without the necessary legislation, on Monday, Treasury is going to release the resources for our counties for the month of July. We have also set in motion the discussions on how to enhance allocations to our counties, as we demonstrated in the last budget, where we added an extra 30 billion shillings to our counties. And that is the trajectory that we have agreed upon. As has been said here, we have also put together a 5-member committee to make sure that our administration will implement not just the 10-point agenda, but all the other agreements that we have agreed so that we can transform this nation. Let me also say that as part of the implementation of the 10-point agenda, today I set up the infrastructure and the mechanism to pay and compensate all those who lost their lives, those who were injured, those who were hospitalized, as part of healing our nation, so that we can bring our nation together and forge and focus our ideas, our energy, and our focus in taking the country into the future. Let me also say that as part of this momentum, Baba and I have agreed that we will also make sure that the agreements we have signed under the 10-point agenda and all the other commitments that we have made on devolution, on implementing NADCO, on implementing all the other programs, will be undertaken by making sure that our parliamentary groups are aligned so that they can assist us process the necessary documentation, pass the necessary legislation, and provide the necessary funds for us to be able to implement the commitments we have made. And therefore, I want to say on this occasion that we are not doing trial and error. This is not an exercise of guesswork. We know where we've come from. We know the risks our nation has gone through. And we know what we must do and where we must go so that we can secure the peace, the stability, and the progress of our nation. Let me conclude my remarks by saying that while in Homa Bay today, leaders here have asked that we focus on the development of the nation as we focus on the development of this county. Let me commit that we have provided in this year's budget enhanced resources for the development of this county. I am aware that this county And this region requires affirmative action. Because for a very long time, this region has not benefited from the resources and the development of our country as other regions have. It is the reason why we have enhanced the budget, for example, for roads from about 500 million last year to 3.2 billion shillings this year, and another 2 billion shillings will be allocated in the short term, so that we can bring back all the contractors for all the roads that had stalled. I want to commit to you that all the contractors are back. Those which are not back, they will be back. We now have the resources to make sure that we complete the roads that we made our commitment upon in this region. Not just those which are ongoing, but we have also committed to build 5 new roads. We have committed to build 5 new roads in Homa Bay County as part of the process of affirmative action. Huyo mama angoje tu nitamuona baadaye. Relax hapo. As part of making sure that we build the necessary infrastructure to underwrite and to form a foundation for the progress and the development of this county and our country, Kenya. This tall man, Mheshimiwa Adipo, has mentioned some of the roads that we already agreed. I want to tell the people of Karachuonyo, ile barabara mulituambia na huyu bwana Odipo ama Adipo, huyu mtu mrefu, barabara ya Namba Karabuok Adiedo. Hiyo barabara contractor yuko hapo na hawezi kutoka mpaka akamilishe hiyo barabara. Vile vile barabara ya Kadel Kanyatiang, hiyo ambayo inaenda mpaka Ramba, inaenda mpaka Gotrateng. Hiyo barabara karibu kilomita 70, contractor amerudi, hawezi kuondoka mpaka akamilishe hiyo barabara. Na zile barabara zingine ambazo nimesema tumeongeza pesa ya kuzitengeneza, kwa sababu mambo ya ujenzi wa barabara katika hii sehemu ilichelewa. Vile vile najua ya kwamba watu wengi katika sehemu hii hawajapata stima, na ndio sababu tumeprovide pesa shilingi bilioni 2 kuunganisha stima kwa wananchi ama manyumba ama households 20,000. Kazi ambayo inaendelea kutoka sasa mpaka Disemba, tutakuwa tumeunganisha nyumba 20,000 hapa Homa Bay, as part of bringing every part of the country together so that we can move together as a nation. Mimi nataka niwashukuru watu wa Homa Bay katika program yetu ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila mwananchi anapata matibabu. Watu wa Homa Bay mumejisajili, nyinyi ni county namba 13 kwa Kenya mzima kwa kujiandikisha kwa mpango wa SHA. Mimi nasema pongezi Governor Wanga, pongezi government ya hapa Homa Bay, pongezi watu wa Homa Bay. Endeleeni hivyo, na tunataka kila mwananchi ajisajili, ndio tuhakikishe ya kwamba mambo ya afya sio starehe ya watu matajiri ama watu wanaoweza, ni haki ya kila Mkenya bila ya kujali uwezo wao wa kifedha. 533,000 people in Homa Bay are now registered in SHA. And as I said yesterday, and I want to repeat it here when I'm in Homa Bay, mwananchi aende hospitali pale level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, outpatient, atibiwe, apatiwe dawa na asiulizwe pesa yoyote, aende nyumbani, kwa sababu serikali ya Kenya tumeweka pesa ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba matibabu ya wananchi iko sawa sawa. Ndugu wananchi wa Homa Bay, mbele yetu hapa amelala kiongozi mama, shujaa wa taifa letu la Kenya. We are sending her today in a state funeral because she made a contribution to the Republic of Kenya. And as we do that, let me also say that on the issues that the Honorable Adipo mentioned, amesema ya kwamba mnahitaji madarasa katika shule yetu hapa, na shule hiyo inahitaji basi. Kwa heshima ya mama huyu, mimi nitahakikisha kwamba madarasa hayo yamejengwa na basi hiyo imeletwa kwa shule yenu hapa. And finally, in honor of Mama Phoebe Asiyo and women leaders in Kenya, wakiwemo kina mama wetu wote wa maendeleo ya wanawake, Baba and I have committed that under the NADCO framework, we must and we will actualize the 2/3 gender rule this time round. Kwa hivyo, wana Homa Bay, mimi nataka niseme asante sana kwa kutukaribisha hapa. Asante sana kwa heshima yenu na ushirika wenu. Mjue tunawapenda, tunawatakia heri na Mungu awabariki siku zote. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Tumpongeze rais kwa makofi tafadhali. Asante sana.
Itoni moninche to radio yero nidol ton tifini kia kilomon nito suja tem tantao nemiyolo enkati nenye omba nai maitieten gishui nena ereshata niyolo unye pokin tiatua CS TV wore CS TV neti esiana on tifini naisol tiatua olosholor Masai Kaunti Narok, Kajiado, Samburu, Baringo, Laikipia, Ometaba Ikolo Sholelatia, Le Tanzania, CSTV, Tayololo Bolio, Tepo Kirishatam.